News Extra Time. Our program is brought to you here this morning by Gearing Civic Center, Western Nebraska's premier multifunction facility for 23 years. Kevin Mooney with our program.
Thank you very much, Steve. Good morning, everyone. We have several guests here from CAPWN to talk about National Breastfeeding Month. Marcia Bauer is here. She's nutrition specialist there. We also have Victoria Casillas and Sarah Maddox Clark. They are LPNs and peer counselors and folks also that just kind of help women with this idea of breastfeeding. And that's what we're going to talk about this morning. I guess, Marcia, first of all, let's just discuss what you do over at CAPWN and the importance of breastfeeding just nutritionally, right?
Right. What I do is try, as a dietitian, try to give that research of breastfeeding and the importance of optimal nutrition when the mom is pregnant and then when she is breastfeeding to get the most nutrients for brain development in the first 3 months of that baby's life. So we know food is very important, and the various colors. You've heard me talk about colors, how important those are. There's nutrients that science hasn't found yet that is in food. We do know that from many years of research that show people have less cancer, heart disease, and diabetes. So obviously, when a mom is eating like that and she's breastfeeding, all those nutrients are going to that breast milk. So you can't replicate breast milk exactly, because every woman's diet is different. So we really promote eating a very healthy diet during pregnancy and while breastfeeding, just because of the studies that have been done on brain development. We want those babies to have the best outcome and start the day one with more brain development so they can learn and grow appropriately.
All right. Victoria, let's talk to you. Breastfeeding so important in the first 6 months to a year, right?
Yes, the American Academy of Pediatrics recommends breastfeeding up to a year. For the first 6 months, exclusively breast milk. After the breast milk, they want you to continue breastfeeding, but starting to add some of that dietary food and baby foods, maybe even some baby cereals or rice, depending on what your pediatrician recommends. But milk should be the number one source of nutrition for that baby up to a year.
And a lot of times it's young parents, especially the first time around, maybe start the food thing just a little bit earlier than what they should. Is that right? They get pushed to do that? They
do get pushed. A lot of times they want babies to feel full. They want them to be satisfied and sleeping for longer hours. The longer a baby sleeps, the more it's growing. And when it grows, it needs food. So having that baby wake up often and feed often and getting that right nutrition is best.
All right. So, it's important.
And, starting it a little early can sometimes hinder that baby's tummy, and it may look like a foreign object in there. If baby's tummy's hormones and nutrients and the gut is not ready for some of that, and that breast milk helps to get that baby ready for it, because there is part of the nutrients that mom's eating is getting into the breast milk, so it's introducing the baby's tummy, but it's not quite ready for it 100%.
Okay. And it's important at the very start that maybe some mothers, especially when they're at the hospital, if they want to talk to you or Sarah or whoever, that they look at this as something that might be a little bit difficult, but they've got to work through it, right?
Yes. And so the hospital is very important to moms. Those are the first days that babies come out and they're learning to eat. Mom is learning. Sometimes what we say is breastfeeding is natural, but it's very learned. So a baby's learning to breastfeed, a mom is learning to breastfeed her baby, and so it's important to keep that baby very close to mom so she can learn what some of those feeding cues are, what baby's signs are for hunger, and so that even a nurse that might know, you know what, that baby's showing you a hunger sign, and mom can learn what it is and see it and put that baby up to the breast right away.
All right. We'll talk more right after this.
Talk about experience. The Gearing Civic Center has hosted over 1 million satisfied attendees in its 23-year history. We are going the extra mile every day to ensure every event goes off without a hitch. Ask anyone that has hosted an event at the Gearing Civic Center, and they will tell you that our staff goes the extra mile to meet their needs. We are professional hosts who make sure everything is taken care of. Call 436-6888 or visit GearingCivicCenter.com and like us on Facebook.
All right, we're back on News Extra. We're talking about National Breastfeeding Month with Marcia Bauer, along with Victoria Casillas and Sarah Maddox Clark, all these folks with CAPWN, they're dietitian experts, nutrition experts, peer counselors, nurses, those type of people that help mothers in those first 6 months to a year when they're doing this breastfeeding. And Sarah, you're a counselor, and kind of explain what your job is.
I basically work with getting the moms on when they're pregnant and helping them to get certified, talking about, are they going to do breastfeeding or provide formula? If they want to do breastfeeding, then we talk about getting a breastfeeding peer counselor. So, and then I'm with them throughout that pregnancy, and then I get to see them after they have their baby when they come back to WIC. So.
Yeah. And when you do, I'm sure you're talking with the mothers constantly because they're maybe saying this is maybe harder than what I anticipated, or maybe it's going well. If they're having any problems, that's where you're at. That's what you do, right?
Yeah, we talk about how breastfeeding is going at that next visit with the baby.
Okay. How important is it for the family members to be a good support group, and especially the father, if the father is there, to do that?
I think that dads are very important in breastfeeding. Because of that relationship they have with mom, how they feel about it really affects whether mom's going to do it or not. And also, if the family's on board with breastfeeding and they're always encouraging her, then it shows that the more support you have, the more successful you'll be.
All right. We got about 30 seconds or so here. Marcia, if folks have any questions, they're interested in talking to you folks about this, and a lot of mothers should, what's the phone number?
The WIC office is 633-2772. They can contact us there. Ask anybody, I need to talk to somebody about breastfeeding. What can I do? How can I get plugged in?
Right.
The hospital do also have some lactation specialists. Our goal is to help our community be the strongest and have the healthiest babies that we can. That makes a healthy society.
All right. Very good. Thank you, guys. Once again, Marcia Bauer, Victoria Casillas, and Sarah Maddox Clark. National Breastfeeding Month. Make sure you give these gals a call if you're interested. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.